Yeah.
When I look at my life right now and I ask myself, which political party has made my life worse? It's not the Republican Party. Locally speaking, the Democrats have complete control and they have nearly destroyed my family's livelihood. Okay, we are living in trash and squalor everywhere. And unless the Democratic Party actually acknowledge these issues and solve these issues, rather than stealing our taxpayer money and funneling it to their nonprofit friends, they keep doing this, they're going to keep losing.
That's host of the Young Turks and liberal commentator Ana Kasparian telling a stunned Piers Morgan that after years of being brainwashed by the left, she's done with the Democrat Party. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like the 2024 red pilling of progressives is still going strong, because lifelong lefty Ana Kasparian has had a bit of an unexpected political awakening recently, which has resulted in on-air fights with her co-host and shockingly candid discussions about her journey with people like Piers Morgan.
And I'm going to keep speaking out against them. I don't care how much they hate Trump. I don't care how naughty the Republicans are being. Right now, the people having a negative impact on my life is the Democratic Party, and they need to change their ways. When we say we want to change the status quo, it doesn't mean we want to live in anarchy. It doesn't mean that we want to have $24 billion of our taxpayer money in California stolen by these nonprofits. It means that we want working people to be rewarded for their hard work. We want affordable housing. We want better working conditions, higher wages, better health care. These are things that Democrats used to purport to want to do. They don't do any of it anymore. And so I'm done with them until they change their ways.
Yeah. I completely understand it.
Now, just like any of the disaffected liberals we've shown on this channel, the point of talking about them isn't to absolve them of their crappy politics or to elevate them as some new thought leader on the right. It's to highlight the realignment that's taking place because of Trump. I mean, Kasparian was super vocal against Trump voters, particularly women who she called dumb. She's basically your typical hysterical progressive lady who would regularly have on-air meltdowns about MAGA in 2016. Yet the first pebble in her shoe that made her question her own beliefs wasn't due to some policy or anything like that. It was knowing someone who didn't fit the narrative she'd been fed by the left.
And so I'm like trying to get his bicycle like up the stairs. And all of a sudden this man stops me. His name's Jeff. And he's like, hey, let me help you out with that. And he starts helping me out. He stopped everything he was doing to help me out. And then Jeff and I became very close. You know, one of my neighbors who I really like, he was my favorite person in the entire building. And years go by. One day we're in an HOA meeting, like one of the people living in the building said something about Trump that was negative. I don't remember what it is. And Jeff whispers in my ear, oh, she's going to start trashing Trump. I'm out of here. And it hit me that he's a Trump supporter. We had never talked about politics before. And I'm like, so I got to know Jeff before I knew what his politics were. Incredibly kind guy. He helps everyone in this building with anything they might need. And so that woke me up to, wait a minute, not all Trump supporters are like dangerous, evil individuals. And yes, it was stupid that I thought that to begin with. Like, I'm embarrassed admitting that, but it's just how I believed. And that kind of was one of the moments where it's like a light bulb went off and something was telling me, you need to scratch beneath the surface a little more because you don't have a realistic view of what's going on here.
You know, this is one of the things Trump's talking about when he says he wants to make America great again. And frankly, one of the things his critics can never seem to understand. But we need to return to a point where politics isn't so vitriolic and we can operate in good faith and have disagreements with people. Because a good economy isn't going to help us much if we continue to lose our culture, shared values, and national identity.
I think that politics has substituted religion to some extent. People have almost like this religious zealotry toward their political beliefs. And when that happens, it's really difficult to have a conversation with someone without it immediately devolving into allegations of bad faith, of, lying, deception, all sorts of things. And so maybe that's part of it. But honestly, I didn't really notice this as an issue in America until Donald Trump was running for president. And then after he got elected as president. And I am 1,000,000% guilty of honestly allowing him to kind of break my brain for a little bit because I saw him as such a significant threat.
That's absolutely right, and the sooner the left realizes that, the better. I mean, they're constantly slamming religion, but have essentially created a culture and system of government more zealous and with stricter blasphemy laws than anything they criticize the right for. Now, is Kasparian's move genuine? I certainly hope so, but even if it's more calculated than it appears, her feeling the need to do that in the first place would suggest that there's a growing demand for it and a realignment taking place regardless of her stance. But let me know what you think. How do you feel about disaffected liberals like Kasparian? Should the right turn their ears or backs towards them? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!